everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on issue 7 of Beast Wars Transformers, issue number 7. Now, as you know, I have been reviewing the more recent Beast Wars IDW comics that's meant to take place in its own continuity. And the issue is meant to feature Black Arachnia as the first protoform to come out into the series, which kind of changes things around, and let's get on the story. It starts off back at the last issue, how we see Optimus and Dinobot training saying, "Are you sure we have to do this?" I've been prepared myself. Talk with exercise makes things less boring, and besides, I'm kind of see how Optimus wants to know how Dinobot is integrating with the other Maximals. We see Dinobot saying, "I've been trying to limit direct integration. That little one, Rat Trap, has been bold enough to threaten me. I suppose that's a kind of process, though. I could crush him in battle." And we kind of see how Optimus jokes around with him, which Dinobot takes to offense and goes into his beast mode to attack him. And we see how Optimus says, "I was starting to think the fight had been beaten out of you. Are you mocking me?" And we kind of see how, because of his recent battle with Megatron, he's still not in full shape. And we kind of see how Optimus wants to make sure he's back in full condition and goes into the infirmary to properly repair him. Of course, we see how back on the dark side, Megatron is integrating messages from the Golden Disc and says, "Another of the Golden Disc secrets is mine. Computer, display file." And we kind of see an image of him warning about something terrible. And we kind of see Optimus saying, "No, what was that message? What was the message?" And we kind of see how the other Predacons are listening in. And we kind of see how Terrasol wants to kind of fully control things. But we see how Scorponok points out that they are running dangerously low on energon and need to refuel fuel in case the Maximals ever plan something big. And we see Terrasol saying, "We also can't win a war if we don't fight. If we should, we attack non-stop." And of course we see how Waspinator and Bat decide to go. School also offers to come, but we see how Terrasol emotionally abuses her to kind of keep her in line despite her powerful nature. And we see Waspinator saying, "Did you have to laugh at her? What if she breaks you in half?" "That's the whole point. I'm keeping her in her place." So of course they go onto the top of the floating lands and get up some of the energon. We also see how the first protoform is activated, and back in the last issue we saw how Tarantulas did something with one of the protoforms, which launches down onto the planet's surface, which turns out it's Black Arachnia, who says, "Computer, what planet is this?" "Go ahead." And we kind of see her do some investigating, and we kind of see how she goes into the bottom of the water, and we see how she's attacked by a giant crocodile-like creature who ends up attacking her, but ends up killing it, who says, "Computer, status, is there any internal damage I'm not aware of?" And we kind of see her going into the woods. And we see how Dinobot is talking about each of the Predacons' weaknesses and how they can be taken down. We see how Dinobot is pointing out each of the characters' flaws, and Rhinox hoping they can sort things out with them in case the war gets out of control. We see how Black Arachnia goes into the force field, and since she was a maximal protoform, she can enter in with no problems. And of course, we see how she goes in. Once her file gets updated, she ends up with her Predacon status and decides to go stealthy. And of course, we see how Cheetle says, "Sorry, but I don't know anyone hear that? I thought I heard someone talking. And we see Nick saying, I hear everything! Makes it hard to let us think things out. But no, I don't hear a voice. Quit playing head games, Cheetle. And we see how Cheetle decides to go and do some investigating. And we see how Ratcliffe says everything's fine, you don't need to worry. So he goes in to see what's wrong. And as soon as Cheetle investigates, he sees that it's Black Arachnia. And we see Cheetle trying to talk to her down, thinking she's still a maximal, despite Tarantulas' reprogramming her. And of course, we see how Black Arachnia takes out Cheetle, who tries to warn the others, ending the issue here and here. So, in my opinion, issue 7 is not really good, but it's starting something big. I think they shouldn't really have rushed Black Arachnia in too quickly, and I think this was the same problem I think they did with her first appearance in Beast Wars. We really never got time to know Black Arachnia in the first episode. In the later episodes, we did get to see her properly. Here, I think they should have waited a bit longer to sort of flash out the protoforms. So I think this issue deserves thumbs in the middle. Kind of alright, but not great. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.